Stream is rolling. Okay, you ready?
I am ready.
All right.
There is no escape.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest.
Another name you might know me by.
Starlight.
My name is Oliver Queen.
You'll be hearing from us.
From the strategic homeland.
Just call us Shield.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light.
And here we go.
Excelsior!
Oh, yeah. Excelsior.
I am excited to be here today, Rich.
This is going to be good. Geek Show episode 54 on your personal data device, iPhone, iPad, computer, Droid phone, Droid tablet, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
We're on iTunes, we're on iHeart, we're on Podcastpedia, we're on Stitcher, we're on Blueberry, we're all over the joint.
Yeah.
So, episode 54, of course.
Wherever you happen to find us, we're just happy that you're here.
Yes. And, of course, live streaming on YouTube right now at our Geek Show radio channel. And BJ swigging down the water.
It's important to stay hydrated on a nice fall day like today, Rich.
I know. It's quite nice out today.
It is non-September weather.
It is very non-September weather.
Yeah.
It's supposed to get up to like 78.
Yeah, I think right now, on my way over here, my car thermometer said it was 80.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Because I actually went out thinking today was going to be a little on the brisk side. And, I got blue jeans, T-shirt. I even put on a fleece today.
Oh, you fool.
A flannel.
You fool.
So, guess what? Nope.
For those of you just finding us, we are based in upstate New York. We are in Albany, New York. And usually around this time of year, we're in the mid-60s.
Yeah.
For the high of the day.
Yep.
We're starting off the day in probably the high 40s to low 50s.
Yeah.
But right now it's about 80, and it's been humid.
Yeah, dew on the grass, dew on the car. Couldn't mow the lawn. My lawn needs a mow, and
you gotta wait for it to dry out.
I gotta wait for it to dry out.
I know.
So,
well, we both push mow.
Exactly. That's how we keep our boyish good looks.
Oh yeah.
I've lost like 30 pounds. So
push mowing.
Push mowing does it. You get your steps in. You just watch what you eat, and there you go.
Yeah.
I still eat my Stewart's hot dogs with the works.
Well, come on, you can't give up everything.
I can't give it up.
You're a growing boy.
But I watch.
Or a shrinking boy.
I watch how much I'm eating there. So
yeah.
that's all.
I've always said portion control is key to things. It took me until I was about like 29 years old to discover that I didn't need to eat everything in sight.
Right.
To get satisfied.
Yeah, you don't.
But it's fun to do that.
It is fun, especially if
food
it's
is
good
great.
stuff.
Food is real good.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. So let's go ahead and we were talking a little bit because I talked about what I was doing before the show, and I had run down the Hudson Valley a little bit to go to a Radio Shack.
Yep.
That was left standing. But when I got there, I figured it was one of those few corporate Radio Shack stores that was stocked and everything. Walked in, everything was like 70% off. So I spent like $9 and I got a few parts that I could definitely use for my ham radio hobby and engineering stuff, and but it makes me kind of sad. And then as I was telling you that, you told me that Toys R Us is having issues now too.
They just they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy support or something like that.
Where are we going?
Or bankruptcy protection. I'm sorry.
Where are we going to get our Star Wars Legos now? We got to
I
go
don't
to
know.
Walmart and Target.
I swear, we were just at Toys R Us not too long ago with the kid. Everything.
You posted a picture of the land speeder.
Yeah, the radio flyer.
Power wheels. Yeah. Radio flyer. Okay. Yeah.
It's a radio flyer one. It is $500. So that is a toy we will not buy yet.
Yeah, because if you bought it, I would have to go out and get it.
Yeah.
More for myself.
And it doesn't. It wouldn't fit us. bitch.
I know it,
What a
it
rip-off.
won't fit us, but still, it's a peer pressure thing. You
I'm
know?
just like, so Radio Shack, most of them are gone. The one that was in my town is gone.
Yeah.
You had to go all the way to Hudson to go to one.
that's
I mean,
that's almost a 40-minute drive for
yeah,
me. Yeah.
And
And it's
could have
not a highway drive.
You could have
That's-
stopped and said hi to Monty.
That's back roads.
That's his neck of the woods.
Really? He's down
Oh, yeah.
there?
Yeah, that's where he. I don't think he's down there that often, but that's where his family resides.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. But Monty lives over.
Yeah.
He's over in the,
Right, he's
the
not-
eastern part of the state.
No, he's not too
eastern
far
part of the
from us.
county, I think. Yeah.
Um,
Here we are talking county, and
Yeah.
we're bumpkins.
yeah. But Radio Shack is gone. There are so many stores that I used to go to all the
Yeah.
time that are just disappearing, and Toys R Us cannot go away. Like, Toys R Us is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love Toys R Us. I loved it when I was a kid. I
know.
like going in there now with my kid
Yeah.
and watching him just go crazy for everything that's like Mickey Mouse and Doc McStuffins and stuff like that. You know?
go into the Toys R Us here in Albany,
Yeah.
and have you seen the life-size Captain Rex Lego figure?
I have.
That I got a couple pictures of it. I should
Yeah.
throw it up in the show notes with this. It's really cool, and man, I just you don't see that kind of stuff in like
No.
Walmart or Target or anything like that, and I love that kind of stuff. I want all my Star Wars. I mean, growing up as a kid, I really didn't go to Toys R Us, but I always saw the commercial,
Yeah.
the jingle. I don't want to grow up.
I wanted all the Jeffrey Bucks. I
Yes.
just wanted, like, I'm watching all the game shows on
Yep.
Nickelodeon,
Yep.
and Legends of the Hidden Temple comes
Yep.
on, and the people solve it. They get 100 Jeffrey Bucks. I was like, 100 Jeffrey Bucks. I could buy the whole store with that.
Oh God, yes.
So
Get your Star Wars action figures. Get your GI Joe action figures.
Yeah.
Get your
everything.
Get
Teenage
your Cobra
Mutant Ninja
Hiss
Turtles.
Tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your Ninja Turtle action figures. Gotta
He-Man,
get Shredder. Gotta get Krang.
Transformers.
Gotta get it all, man.
Legos. Later in life, I was building the this. I don't know if it's considered toys, but they sold them at Toys R Us, and I could never find them anywhere else. But they were the Gundam wing models, and you built the Gundams from the little pieces.
I've got a coworker. That's his current thing now. His current stress reliever is building building Gundam models, and he builds them in about a day to a day and a half. I mean, he actually
That's dedication.
He brings them into work.
Yeah.
On his his lunch, he's building them. He's putting the stickers on them and everything. They're $20 each.
Yep.
And he's buying one like every other day, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I thought I was bad spending $300 on a radio.
I know.
And
Yeah.
here's my friend Greg, blowing $20 every other day on a Gundam.
I know. I thought, yeah. What are you gonna do with them afterwards? I know when I was a kid, I just had them sitting on a shelf.
Yeah.
And I don't even have them anymore.
Yeah, and the other thing too, I mean, talking about places that are really cool that are shutting down, J Street Video Games.
Yeah. What's going on with that?
They were not paying their taxes to New York State, so the state came in and confiscated. They had 2 stores here in the Albany area. They have one at King of Prussia Mall in Philly,
Right.
which I never got that one, but still, I walked into the mall, and we were going to Zales to pick up my new wedding band.
Okay.
And we looked across the way where J Street is there on the upper level of Crossgates Mall here in Albany.
Gone.
And yellow sign, orange sign,
Yeah.
foreclosed, New York State taxes.
Jeez.
So I mean, a lot of retro, and they sold retro games. They sold the older game, not the game cheat books, but the game guide books, the big thick ones and all that kind of stuff.
they had toys. They know that they had big bins of like comic books, like older comic books that you could get.
And at one point they used to sell retro computers as well. They had some retro computer stuff, which that's my thing. Commodore 64s and Amigas. I'm a big Commodore computer fan, so I got a 128 and I got a Amiga 4000 sitting over here on the shelf that you can't see. But I mean, it's kind of sad. All these great places are still kind of, they're closing down. I mean, thankfully there's other stores like them that we can still patronize and visit and that kind of thing. There's Pastime Legends, they got 2 stores. They got one over on Lark Street in downtown Albany. They got one over in Glenville, I think it is, over by Schenectady. And then there's, oh, shoot, what was the other one I was just thinking of? There was one more. Toying Around up in Johnstown, up in my old stomping ground, my hometown. They mostly sell toys in that, but there's also another shop in there that's doing something similar, but they also have the retro games and the retro systems and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know about you. I'd rather actually go there, buy a Sega Genesis cartridge for my little Sega Replay, and be able to play those games instead of going out and spending money on a Wii game, which is going to cost me like $40-50.
Yeah,
honestly, and I can relive all the cool stuff, or I'll emulate it or something. But still, it's kind of sad that those things are going away.
I know. We did it to ourselves, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we love things that are online. Look at us. We're online.
Yeah. We're streaming right now. And that $300 radio I bought.
Listen, I'm not gonna complain about it because I can find so many things online. Look at like Marvel Unlimited. Like Marvel Unlimited is awesome.
Yes.
Comixology. You can go on and you can just get tons and tons of comics right on a tablet or your phone.
Yep.
Like that's fantastic.
And
I want to go into the brick and mortar. I want to go into those stores, but it's just so convenient, and a lot of the times it's so much cheaper.
Yes. I mean, Kim, last Saturday or Sunday, Kim and I went over to a friend's house over in Schenectady. And literally, we were maybe about 15 minutes away from Electric City Comics.
Yep.
I used to go to Electric City all the time when I lived in Gloversville, and I was still at my parents' house. When Mom and Dad were coming down to Schenectady, and I would come with them because they were going to go to the mall, the bigger mall, Mohawk Mall or whatever.
Yep.
And
speaking of gone,
Mohawk Mall's gone, but Mohawk Commons, they rebuilt it, but still. I would ask them, hey, can we stop at Electric City on the way home or something like that? And sure enough, they would, on the way back, they would stop at Electric City for me, and they would wait in the car while I went in. I'd spend about 10, 15 minutes inside, going through, picking up, because I already had in mind what I wanted, grab what I wanted, get out, get my supplies, whatever.
Yeah.
It was great, and it's just, it's getting hard to do those kinds of things nowadays, especially, I'd love to walk into Pastime Legends and plop down $50 and say, I'll take that, and that.
Right.
And go, but no, you got to kind of wander around and,
I know.
Absorb.
It's nice. That's what, like, Think Geek.
Ladies.
Crossgates.
Yeah, ladies do it when they go clothes shopping. When we do it, we're shopping for games.
I want to see that.
Stuff.
Yeah. I want a $75 Mega Man arm that I can put on for no reason.
There you go. Oh, you know what else, though? I just got a thing from Think Geek. They've got a USB charger for your car.
Yeah.
Kind of like my R2-D2, but it's a Star Trek Warp Core.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah. I showed that to my friend Colin, who's a big Trekkie, and he flipped out. He lost it.
So
he was
cool.
going to go to the Think Geek store here in Albany to see if they had it, but I didn't find out if they do, but if they do, I'm willing to bet he chunked down, dropped some change on it.
I want some I want the Star Trek badge. That is the Bluetooth.
They've got that. They've got that over at the Think Geek store. I saw it.
Make that chirp noise. Call anybody right from your shirt.
There was I saw a guy wearing one, and I said hello to him. I asked him about it, and he said, it's cool and everything. It makes a sound. It looks good and all that, but the microphone and the speaker, not that great.
Oh, I would assume, if you're wearing it down on your chest where, it should be worn, it's probably,
They should have the microphone should be on like the upper side, as you're looking at it, it should be, like right here pointing up at you more. But I don't know if people that are designing that stuff are thinking about that kind of thing. I don't think so. More of the novelty so they can get it out the door and make some money.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's also a whole nother story. But anyway, we actually do have other stuff to talk about besides stores going out of business and just being
less depressing things.
Yeah, and geeky collecting things. I mean, but this is a geek show. I mean, that's
exactly
that fits all into what we're talking about.
It's all good.
It's all good. So, but the first thing we wanted to talk about was that the original director of Episode 9 is out.
Yeah.
There seems to be something going on over at Disney where they don't want to keep original directors here.
Yeah,
lately.
and it's funny because I don't think it's like a panic moment at all.
Yeah, I mean,
for
they're-
any of this kind of stuff.
They still have a
Directors-
lot of time for episode 9,
Right.
But I mean, this is like the second director,
Yeah.
change of one of the major movies. The last one being Han Solo.
Yeah, and of course the director we're talking about is Colin Trevorrow, who is most known, at least to me, for doing Jurassic World.
Yeah,
which is a movie that I love.
And that was a good movie. I mean, that was.
I think a lot of it, when it comes down to Star Wars, is like they kind of know what they want. You know what I mean? And if the director isn't giving them what they want or what they think the fans are gonna want, then they're gonna pull the plug on it, and they're gonna find somebody that can do what they want them to do.
Right.
You know, the last thing that any Star Wars fan wants is another Josh Trank Fantastic Four mistake.
Oh, God, yes.
Where, Josh Trank had his vision, the studio had their vision, it didn't add up, and we got the terrible movie that we got. Now, honestly, I don't think that that's going to happen here.
No.
But I also have to wonder if Carrie Fisher's death had anything to do with with things just not going in a certain path. Obviously, Princess Leia was supposed to be a bigger part of this final, or at least maybe not final, but this next trilogy that they're doing.
Yes.
And that's not going to happen.
So I mean, and all we know is that Carrie Fisher is definitely going to be in the movie. I guess they did film some scenes.
Right. Well, I know that
she
was totally done filming for episode 8.
Yes.
But I'm not sure what was going on with episode 9.
I'm wondering if they kind of started some stuff.
And they may have to.
Maybe they got enough that they could use.
I just don't want to see, and I think it would be in poor taste if they did any kind of CGI.
Yeah, well, they've already said there's not going to be any CGI.
I just think it would, you just can't do it.
Yeah, you really can't.
And it's not a replaceable person. You can't just recast
This is not somebody, you just can't recast it at this point. I mean, obviously the character is probably going to, is going to meet their end. I would think they would have to at this point, because there's really not much more you could do, unless you wanted to do a CG. And I don't think Disney wants to do that, because they know a lot of the fans don't want it. And
no, I would assume no. I just got to think that Carrie Fisher and Princess Leia, it would just, to me, be just in poor taste to go that way. There's some things, give her a send-off. Do something. Make something happen at either the end of episode 8 or beginning of episode 9, where there's some sort of send-off to the character, to the actress, something like that. That would be the nicest thing they could do.
So, and I guess we'll find out what JJ has in mind, because he's also writing it.
Yeah.
But I do have some reservations now, because with Force Awakens, I'm not, and I said this in previous episodes of Geek Show, I'm not a big fan of JJ's cinematic style.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a great storyteller. I think he's got, the action and all that kind of stuff. It's just the visual, the way he visualizes everything. I mean, how many freaking times can you do a lens flare?
I know.
Seriously,
he does like that.
And I'm praying that he didn't do it in Force Awakens. And then what do we freaking get? Lens flare.
Not as many as Star Trek.
Yeah, I mean, it's annoying to me, and I don't want JJ to do that crap. I want a visually appealing movie, yes, but Lucas still had a really great formula for that kind of stuff. He had the soft wipes, and and everything was, it was a nice, crisp, clean, picture and everything. It's just, JJ seems to be more of the off the cuff, throw a camera on a guy's shoulder and get those action shots that everybody seems to be doing now.
Yeah.
I really don't want that. I like my Star Wars exactly like George wanted to do it. Those Saturday morning serials from back in the, the 30s and 40s and 50s and that kind of stuff. That's really what I want. I mean, with the awesome characters and the action and everything else. So
I don't think it's going to be bad by any means. I think he's aware of some of the criticisms. that he got with
Yeah.
Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll be more willing to, he'll be more willing to
Yeah.
to work on that. for
I mean,
this, which would be nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed Force Awakens, but I feel like it wasn't as good as what it could have been.
No, I want you to be happy, Rich.
I want to be happy too. Rogue One made me very happy.
Yeah, Rogue One definitely had that Star Wars feel to me.
It did. It made me feel really good, and now.
But that's what I mean by, like, you got a director in that spot, and working with Kathleen Kennedy, I think that they let JJ run gave him a little bit more slack than other directors.
Yeah, I think
I
think they're gonna have to rein him in a little bit.
Yeah,
honestly.
and he will. I think he'll be more reined in for this. And I don't think he would have signed on. I just don't think he would have signed on if it was to make the same old, same old.
Yeah, and hopefully, I mean, they learned from the storyline. I mean, there's a lot of criticism with Force Awakens about the storyline from fans in regards to, it looked like a rehash of of A New Hope and all that kind of stuff. And now where there's talk of in Episode 8 that there's going to be, they're building a new quote unquote Death Star.
I really hope not.
I hope not either, because I mean, come on.
For God's sakes, how many times does the Empire have to do something?
I know.
Or the Empire, what are they called? The New Order.
The First Order.
First Order.
Yeah.
How many times does somebody have to do something before they realize this is not going to work?
I would just like to say to Supreme Leader Snoke and General Hux and Kylo Ren that here on Earth, Alcoholics Anonymous defines insanity as doing the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
And expecting different results.
I think that I just think that they need to go. I hope that's not the case. That would be terrible in my opinion.
Yes.
I just don't want to see the same thing, and that would be a rehash of the old films.
Yes.
Like they're making another Death Star.
Yeah, it's ridiculous to do that kind of thing, and I hope it's wrong.
But I think one of the things that is overlooked, and something that I've overlooked in Force Awakens, is the fact that when they do launch the weapon at the end of the movie on Starkiller Base, I mean, it wipes out. Was that the Senate? I think that was the New Republic Senate.
They blew up the capital of the New Republic, which I would have figured would have been on Coruscant.
Right. I mean, and so that's gone. R.I.P. Alderaan. So I mean, they can do some damage with these things. I just don't know if it's necessary. I think that if they were able to take out the capital of the New Republic, I mean, like that's a pretty big move. But again, we don't need another giant star base.
We don't
need it. Something else happened.
It's like, come on, think outside the box, guys.
Yeah,
seriously. It's so I mean, I'm hoping that rumor is not true.
Yeah, and
that somebody will just
But speaking of Episode 8 rumors, apparently the other day somebody tweeted, at Star Wars today is a great day to release the new trailer for #Star Wars The Last Jedi. And then he tagged Ryan Johnson, Hamill himself, Mark Hamill, and John Boyega. And it said #88 days left. That was sent out on the 17th of September. Mark Hamill then replied to this, and this is all from comicbookmovie.com. Mark Hamill replied to that and said, "Watch Monday Night Football on Monday, October 9th for no reason in particular." That was his reply to that tweet to that guy, okay? That tweet has since been deleted from Mark Hamill's Twitter page.
Yeah.
So my thought is that is probably true. October 9th, Monday Night Football makes sense. ABC product, Disney, Star Wars.
True.
I think that's the date, but I'm guessing that Mark probably got his wrist slapped. Like maybe, hey, probably can't say that, Mark.
We're not ready yet. We're not ready yet to talk about that. So.
We have to release the trailer for the trailer, Mark. Don't you know how these things work now?
Yeah, there'll probably be a couple of little teaser commercials that are like 15 seconds. And
watch Monday Night Football for the new extended look at
Star Wars teaser trailer, and I mean, because we are coming up on it. I mean, we are, about 86 days away, I believe.
Yeah. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
We're getting, so there you go. October 9th, from a deleted tweet from Mark Hamill, though, that is when we'll be getting the next trailer for Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Yeah. So Fingers crossed.
Let's hope that that's true.
Let's hope that's going to go down.
Yeah,
okay.
that would be nice.
And then from there, we were kind of going into well, there was something else that you had heard about, Crossbones.
Oh yeah. So
on the Marvel side of the street.
Yep. We'll keep it on Marvel for a little bit here. This is just the first little tidbit. Frank Grillo says that Marvel has plans to bring Crossbones back. In a quote, he was doing an interview, and he said it's great to be part of Marvel. I have 3 boys who are fanatical about Marvel, and I was surprised not too long ago because there is some news that nobody knows yet to do with my character that's going to be really interesting, and I'm excited about that. So I'm interested in it because, Crossbones was blown up at the beginning of Captain America Civil War.
Exactly.
That did not end well for him. So I don't understand how they would be bringing him back. I would like to see him brought back because I don't think that they utilize Crossbones enough. However, Thanos, Infinity Gauntlet, could do anything he wants. So if it's like an Avengers 4 thing, because I know that Avengers 3 has, I think at least the production is wrapped on that, and we're going to be getting that pretty soon because that's next year.
Yeah.
Now Avengers 4, I saw that Chris Evans and Brie Larson had just reported and were starting production on Avengers 4. So if Marvel is going to be doing another thing, I gotta believe that it's got to be something to do with the Infinity Gauntlet, or could be a flashback scene, maybe somebody screwing with Cap's head, something like that. So we're gonna have to find out, but that would be really interesting if you could bring people back back into, or that have been eliminated from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you know what? There's not many at this point.
Yeah,
everybody seems to come back. I mean, who are you gonna bring back? I mean, obviously, my first thought is Yondu. I didn't want to see him gone.
Yeah, I would rather see Yondu back. But I mean,
James Gunn said he had written a bunch of different endings for Guardians 2, and all but this one had to do with not killing Michael Rooker's Yondu because he just loved him so much. But it just didn't. He goes, it just didn't feel. It didn't have the same feel.
Yeah.
So there's got to be the moment. There's got to be the bringing together moment, and there's no going to be bringing back Yondu like they did Phil Coulson.
Yeah.
Phil Coulson, is on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but to the movie world, Phil Coulson is dead.
Yes.
I like the direction that they've gone on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with him. I like that nobody really knows that he's still alive type thing. But at the same time, like, how did they not know? Like, how did the Avengers not know that he's alive and everything? Yeah, it's just very strange.
Yeah, I mean, how does Tony not know?
How does Tony not know? How does I mean, all these guys, they should know that.
Yeah. Agent Hill, how does she not know?
Right, exactly. But yeah, so that's interesting to me. So maybe we'll see Crossbones in Avengers 4.
Maybe. Which
could be Infinity War Part 2, but I think they're going to go with different names for that. We'll have to wait and find out.
Yes. But, like you said, there's really not many people that you could bring back because there's not that many dead people.
No, not honestly. Right now. I mean, Loki died, Loki came back.
Yeah.
Loki died again, Loki came back.
Yes.
It's like, come on.
And we got him in Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
So.
Captain America, he's in exile. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Just wait. He'll be back.
We'll see what happens. Nobody dies.
Speaking of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel ABC world, Marvel's Inhumans is coming out at the end of this month. I believe November 29th.
Yeah.
Next Friday. We'll get the first look at Inhumans if you didn't go to see it in IMAX. I know a lot of people did. I did not. I just wanted to watch it as a television show.
I did not go to see it either.
This show is not going to... I don't know. The first 2 episodes were shown in IMAX, and nobody has seen beyond that.
Okay.
The reviews of them in IMAX from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, a 7%.
Ow!
A 7% with 1 star. 1 star.
Oh, wow.
It's just like... And now, other things that I have read about this is that it was rushed with the writing and rushed with the production, and you're just not getting the quality of with the Marvel name on it. The quality should be better, And I honestly have to believe that this is why Kevin Feige wanted to separate the movies from the television world, because TV was trying to pull off too much. I mean, right now, think about it. You've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
Yeah.
which, by the way, I saw that Nick Blood is going to be coming back as Lance Hunter. I'm pretty excited about that.
Okay.
Marvel's Runaways is going to be on Hulu, which is definitely going to be geared towards teens.
Yeah.
Then you have Marvel doing Cloak and Dagger on Freeform,
Yeah.
which is also going to be geared towards teens. And those two shows right there have no appeal to me at all. I like them in the comics, but I'm just not going to watch a teenage drama about them. It's the same reason why I don't watch what's it called, Riverdale, or whatever the Archie show is on the CW.
I have a teenage daughter.
Yeah.
I have enough drama.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Why do you need more?
I don't need it. I don't.
Why do you need it from something you already love?
I know. I've got a kid. I love her, but man, she ticks me off sometimes. I really don't need that from my TV shows.
Exactly. And so that we've got that. Then Inhumans, which is going to be around for 8 episodes, and then you have of course, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I would assume anyway, and they should just give them a send-off and just say, all right, cool, you guys did it for, I think this is going to be the 5th season? Is this the 5th season? Because you had the season 1.
I honestly, I stopped watching, and I haven't picked it back up, so.
I believe that this is going to be the 5th season. I'll double-check.
Okay, yeah.
I'll run the numbers.
Yeah, I just haven't really gotten into it, so ever since the mid-season finale of was it season 3? Pretty much. I just couldn't do it, and I just never went back. I mean, you've said, and a couple other people have told me it got better.
Yeah.
They it was a slump, but they got back out of it, and I don't know. It's got to be one of those things where I'm like, oh, what do I want to watch? I watched that about 10 times already. I've seen that 8 times.
Right. Yes, this will be season 5.
I guess I could watch. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What do you think, Butthead? That kind of thing.
Man, some of these reviews from these from the writer or from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, just some quotes from them from E! Online. If you want thoughtful writing and production value worthy of the Marvel name, well, you might want to look elsewhere. Another one. From,
now you're talking about Inhumans again, right?
Yes, Inhumans. Okay. IndieWire's top critic Liz Miller says Inhumans is legitimately the worst Marvel adaptation of the year. In fact, as terrible as Marvel adaptations go, or as far as terrible Marvel adaptations go, you may want to go all the way back to Roger Corman's unreleased 1994 Fantastic Four film to best it.
Ouch.
That's insane.
Ouch, I feel like I got a nipple twister.
Yeah.
Wow.
The thing with Inhumans that I'm not understanding, and I think this has a lot to do with it too, is the fact that it's Earth-based, and the Inhumans were always way more cosmic. It's a Jack Kirby thing, for God's sakes. You can't be on Earth. It's cosmic. It's Atalan.
It's like the Jim Steranko stuff with with Nick Fury. I mean, some of those guys were taking acid to get some of that weird stuff out. And I don't think Jack Kirby was, obviously, but
I think that the Inhumans was something that they forced into the Marvel movie slot, which was then pulled out and then put on to television. Now, the cast, I will say, I think that the actors and actresses that they've selected are great.
Yeah.
But you can only work with what you have, which is what we've said about other movies that have had great casts and haven't turned out very well.
If you got a crappy script,
yeah,
you can't fix that kind of stuff while you're with actors.
Right.
I mean, you got to have good writing so that the actors have something to work with.
I think IMAX just wanted something unique from Marvel, and I think the movies, they were like, listen, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy, we've got Spider-Man, and then we're going to give you Thor Ragnarok in November, but what beyond that, we can't do anything else. And I think this is why they went this way and went to television, and they gave them it, but I just don't think that it was, I just think it was rushed. It just seems like everything was rushed about it. All of a sudden we had the Inhumans costumes. Everybody was like, oh God, these look terrible. These look like okay cosplays.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of the way Black Bolt looked when I saw it. I know obviously you can't have a guy, walking around with a cowl on or anything, but I mean, it's just that's his character. That's what he looks like. That's what I want to see, and we're not getting that. Medusa's hair looked pretty terrible.
God, yes.
They must have put all of the money into making Lockjaw look cool. But
I
don't know.
He was the only thing that actually did look cool. I mean, Medusa's hair, you can tell it's a wig.
Right.
Honestly,
I know.
just use her natural hair.
Right.
That and get it a natural shade of red.
You remember the show back in the 90s? It was on Nickelodeon called Space Cases. So,
yeah, I didn't watch it, but I know of it. Yeah.
So Space Cases was a low-budget, low-production sci-fi thing on Nickelodeon, and I have a feeling that this is what Inhumans is going to look like. And so you just expect more out of Marvel. The 29th is fast approaching. That's when I will watch it.
I don't think we're going to get anything good.
The first 2 episodes is all anybody has seen, and I think those were rushed because they needed to get it to IMAX. Now, beyond that, 3 through the rest, who knows? Maybe they were able to tweak things. Maybe they were able to take their time, do some rewrites, figure things out. Maybe get themselves back on track a little bit. Because for Marvel Television, I thought that they did a great job with a limited series like Agent Carter.
Yeah,
loved Agent Carter, first season and second season. So if they could do that with Inhumans, it would be great. But right now, doesn't look like it.
No, it doesn't. It's not looking good. So I mean, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, but
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not very optimistic.
Now,
based on because Rotten Tomatoes has been pretty on.
It has. It's been on to the point where directors are blaming the success of their films on Rotten Tomatoes scores.
Ooh.
They believe that I forget who it was, but I saw an article a week ago saying that Rotten Tomatoes is why the movies had such a bad summer, because it was like historically bad this summer as far as movies go.
Yeah.
And I went to the movies 3 times. I saw Guardians, I saw Wonder Woman, and I saw Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And that was it. 3 times at the movies in the summer. Usually I'm there a little bit more often. They've just made it so convenient for me to stay home when I can get it on a Redbox or get it from Netflix or something like that. I just wait.
I'll probably start doing the kind of like a little budget. I'll go through. I'll see what's going on for movies, and then I'll keep the budget. Wow, this is squeaky.
Well, we are going to be busy pretty soon. I mean, Thor Ragnarok comes out in November.
Then you got Star Wars in December.
Before that, Justice League is also November.
Justice League, we got that.
So we've got 3 movies that we're going to be seeing in like a 2-month period at that point.
So.
And then once we hit 2018, Black Panther is in February, Avengers Infinity War, and I can't remember what else is going to be on the way for 2018, but yeah, we're gonna be busy.
Yeah,
we'll be very busy.
Oh God, yeah. But there is. With Marvel, there is some good news out there.
There is. We were just watching before we went live here. The teaser that just premiered the other day for Punisher.
Yes.
Which will be out in 2017. I was surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
So they have to be shooting for like November, you think?
I'm guessing, maybe.
I would assume November.
November or December.
So the last few things that have come out with Marvel on Netflix have come out in Iron Fist came out in February or March, and then Defenders was like right on its heels this summer in August.
Yeah.
So November seems to make the most sense to me.
Yeah.
For that, and from that clip, man, they have turned Punisher into Rambo, and that is awesome.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get John Bernthal is gonna. He already owned it in Daredevil as Frank Castle. So this is, and this series only came about because the fans really wanted it after seeing him.
Yeah.
In Daredevil.
Yep.
So, this, and they really didn't have as much time to write this, but I'm guessing that they kind of had an idea that they wanted to do this, and because from the time that Daredevil came out with and Bernthal was in it to now when we're gonna get it, it's kind of like a very short time. Usually you got like a year and a half between these kinds of projects and that kind of stuff. So maybe they already kind of had an idea what they wanted. They already had something out there, and they just basically fine-tuned it and then brought it in.
I'm curious what a Punisher show is going to look like too, because you know it's going to be violent.
Yeah.
Which is fine by me. Punisher is violent. So I'm really curious about that. It's going to be great though. The teaser trailers that we've seen, it's just going to be like balls to the wall, and I hope that they stick with the Defenders formula, where it's 8 episodes instead of the 13. As much as I like a lot, sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Stranger Things, 8 episodes, that was perfect.
Yep. And
Speaking of Stranger Things, is going to be back in October.
Yes, Stranger Things 2 is coming out, which is supposed to happen like a couple days later.
Yeah.
After the events of the first series, so So I hope we'll see the kids. We'll see.
I'm really looking forward to that. That is going to be so fantastic.
It does. I mean, and I liked it for like the whole '80s thing. I've always been an '80s kid.
Yep.
That was my formative years growing up, was the '80s. So I remember watching, going to see Ghostbusters in the theater, Wrath of Khan, all the good stuff, Goonies and all that kind of stuff, E.T. and that. So I really connect with that, and I love that about Stranger Things, because I see that and I'm like, these these kids were born in like 2000, 2002, 2003 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there playing Dungeons and Dragons, and they got the cordless phones and the whole 9 yards. It's just awesome. I just love it.
Speaking of upcoming, Deadpool 2, of course, we're gonna have Josh
yeah.
Brolin as Cable.
Yeah.
The pictures that he's posted of himself as that have been fantastic. But he posted a photo the other day on Instagram, which people believe he possibly, and this is real speculation here, was teasing that his twin brother Strife would be in there, and therefore making Strife the villain of the Deadpool movie. So I really don't know. That's a big pull.
Josh Brolin doing
playing double people.
Twofer.
Cable and Strife. I just I really
That's,
don't know.
Yeah. And Ryan Reynolds himself, I mean, the first movie was hilarious, and this one, I mean, from the extended teaser that we kind of got, looked hilarious as well. And,
right.
Dude dies in the alley. That's sad.
I just I didn't get it from the picture that he posted, which was just him screaming in a mirror.
Yeah.
I didn't get that from it at all, that he was teasing that he's going to be playing two people. I just think it was a badass photo, because Cable is a total badass.
Yeah.
We just have to accept that. So we'll have to find out. But, Deadpool 2 is going to be paving the way for an X-Force movie, which will be really interesting. Oh, and speaking of that universe, too, I saw Maisie Williams posted on Instagram the other day that they had wrapped production on New Mutants.
Oh, cool.
So, New Mutants coming soon.
I still think it's kind of cool that Maisie Williams is doing an X franchise movie.
Yep.
And her on-screen sister, Sophie, is in the last X-Men movie, and I just think that's kind of cool. And those guys, if you've ever seen them out and about, I mean, they literally are like sisters in real life. They hang out, they're best friends. They hang out all over the place, texting each other. They even did an episode of Carpool Karaoke together, and I got to see a little bit of that, and that was really good.
Speaking of that, don't you think that it's 2018, we should probably see the next X-Men film too? I mean, I know that they're working on it, despite Apocalypse being, not a very good movie.
Yeah.
They're still moving forward with another X-Men film.
We should see. I would think we'll see something. I mean, but I haven't really heard anything.
No.
But I haven't been looking either.
Me neither. I don't think that, it's got to be hard to pull somebody like Sophie Turner away from Game of Thrones, because there's a lot of production that goes all over the world.
Yes.
For filming that show.
Yeah.
She's in one spot, but then you have the press tours, and then you have everything else. So
and with season 6 just wrapped.
Yeah.
They're probably getting ready.
Season 7.
Season 7. I'm sorry. Yes, season 7 wrapping up, all done now. They're probably gearing up for 8, which is going to be the last. Season.
Very close.
And then there's talking of a spin-off, and
right.
Who knows if she's gonna get maybe tapped for that as maybe some guest or something like that to kind of who knows.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
But we will have to find out. I want to see more in the Game of Thrones world after this last season because there's so many different things that they always talk about on the show that I'd like to see more of. I want to see that period of time that was when the Targaryens were ruling and everything, the dragons and Aegon the Conqueror and everything. That would be very awesome.
And then you've got George R.R. Martin he signed on for another show.
Yeah.
To produce to create another show from one of his works. I can't remember exactly. It wasn't Wild Cards, but I would love to see a Wild Cards show. That would be kind of cool. Have you ever read any of the Wild Card books?
No, I haven't.
I've read a couple of them. They're really good. It's basically, if you had superhumans, that kind of thing, to a varying degree of power. There's some that are just so powerful and some that have these little, it's by and large beyond what X-Men would give you, that kind of thing. So I would love to see something like that. Don't know how they would pull it off, but that would be kind of cool. But needless to say, George has signed on for another show. I believe it was with HBO.
Yeah, because I know there's going to be spin-offs.
Yes.
It's just knowing what the spin-offs are going to be.
But I don't even think it was the spin-off. It was another of his original ideas. But I have no doubt he's going to be in on the spin-offs, obviously. And then there's also, you've got other shows that are going to be returning soon. Westworld is going to be coming back soon.
2018.
And we're gonna have that. I haven't even watched it. Everybody keeps telling me I got to watch it.
Westworld is way cool. You definitely would. You'd love Westworld. I loved Westworld.
I have no doubt I would. I mean, but I just got to sit down and watch it.
Exactly.
Make the mental discipline to do it. I just got to have the will to sit down and say, you will watch this.
Yes.
Now.
And once you do, you're going to binge the whole thing.
Stop procrastinating, Rich. Yeah. That's what it is.
You will binge it all.
Yeah. Man, I'm trying to rack my brain to think if there's anything else that we've got that we should cover. I mean, we're kind of at that point.
We're kind of in lull mode until the shows come back because we've got coming. We're towards the end of September, so at this point, we're gonna have, Legends of Tomorrow is gonna come back. Flash, Arrow, Supergirl.
We're gonna have all those shows on one day a week. You're gonna get them like Monday through Thursday. You're gonna get those shows. And then you got Black Lightning coming out.
Black Lightning, Inhumans will be out, and we're gonna have to watch it, even if it's bad. We're gonna have to check it out and see it through. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be back, so I'll be talking about that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good shows that are coming.
We may
out.
have to do a drinking game for Inhumans.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. But, and then I'm trying to think if there's any other shows. Well, they all the CW come out in like October. They start out in October.
I watch the Shannara Chronicles, which has Manu Bennett in it.
Yeah.
That was on MTV, but they've moved it to Spike, which I think is interesting.
They've got the first season or whatever on Netflix now.
It's a cool show if you like the fantasy world. It's very Lord of the Rings. I love it.
Okay, I've seen it pop up in my recommendations. So I'll give it a look and see.
You should check it out. It's a cool show.
We should do like just these Netflix and other things, just these recommendations of stuff that we don't really see very often.
Yeah.
We should have a little segment on a future show.
Recommendations
just 5, just like a 10-minute thing.
Yep.
Where you and I spend 5 minutes and we just kind of recommend a couple of shows for people to watch on
Check
Netflix.
It out.
Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah.
Or maybe and then we get like, we'll get like Sarah or Matt Sumo or somebody on the show, and they can kind of throw that kind of stuff out.
Oh yeah.
As well. We haven't had a guest on in a while.
No, we have not.
I think we should.
It's time.
I think we should call Brian.
Okay.
Let's get a hold of Brian and get him in here because he was fun to have.
Yes.
So all
absolutely.
Right. So we're gonna try to get Brian Sinkoff back on. But yeah, as for that, I think that's pretty much everything that we've got right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna call that episode.
Yeah, I think it was a good episode.
It was. We covered a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna pray to whatever geek gods are out there that J.J. Abrams just doesn't do lens flares for episode 9.
I think it'll be fine. Just take a breath.
All right. That's it for this episode. Stay geeky.